Most important thing for me was to make sure we won. Like I said, I didn't really care how we won. I had a good feeling going into the game. I think the balance of the group looked good. I was delighted to get obviously the two new additions in terms of Will McClelland and Ezra Ford into the group, which I spoke a lot over the last sort of few months about our run of form and how we were lacking in both penalty boxes, and I feel that bringing those two in certainly has given us a lift in that area. I thought without the ball we were very good. I thought we were well organised. I thought we were very hard to break down. I thought our depth and cover improved as the game went on, because initially we were a little bit flat with the three centre halves in terms of that first contact, and when you play against pace you've got to be careful you don't get done with one ball. Alex Desmond's start position was really good, and Will McClelland marshalled the group exceptionally well, either side of Ethan Creary and Sam Scott, who were excellent, did the job, and that's the big thing for us, and it was great to get a clean sheet. And in the big moments of the game, as I said, we've not done that enough this year in terms of giving ourselves a buffer. And it's good to get a home win, really good crowd in terms of 304 people there in horrendous conditions. And I was really proud of the players. I've watched the video back on a few occasions now, and we were back closer to what I would expect from our groups, closer to what we've seen over the last sort of couple of years, which was the hard yards, as I call them. It's that desire to run backwards towards your own goal, recover goal side of the ball, that desire to sprint forwards to fill the width of the goal when you're in good attacking positions, the desire to get the right side of people in your 1v1 battles, and the yards that sometimes people forget when they're following the ball. They're the stuff I'm always looking for, and I thought we got those bits right. As I said, it was a big moment in the first half, great example when they sort of got us on a counter attack, and our desire to run backwards, and I think it was Will McClelland and Harry Beaumont sort of got us out of trouble, and ultimately Alex Desmond hasn't really had a shot to save during the 94 minutes, and that's closer to what I would expect us to be. But I am very cautious at this moment in time. It's one win, it's 3 points, it's a clean sheet, and it's a tiny little step on the journey. I'm certainly not going to stand here in front of everybody talking about now that's going to catapult us forward. We know now we'll have a meeting before training tonight, go through what went well, what we need to do better, because there was loads of parts of our game we still have to improve on, but that's like every week. So I was just really pleased for the players, because they needed that little boost, they needed that little bit of confidence, and the only way to get yourself out of a rut is by working hard and playing well, and I thought we got that by and large right on Saturday for the game against Crawley Green, and yeah, just really pleased with the result. So like I said, it's a small step on the journey. We've got to make sure now that it doesn't count for anything if we can't back that up over the next 4 or 5 weeks. We've got a massive January, massive February coming up. We need to make sure that we stick to the basics, we get those non-negotiables right, and then I'm sure the points will start to come with it. So a few that we've got to assess tonight. Connor Coulson's back in training tonight. He's obviously had a bit of time out with an injury. We've got Alfie Osborne back in tonight. We're going to see how that goes. Obviously, unfortunately, still missing Luke Dunstan. Need to have an update, and I'll catch up with him probably tomorrow and see how he is. But yeah, you don't replace Luke Dunstan. It's not an easy person to replace, that's for sure. So we've got Ezra Ford. Obviously, came off at half time on Saturday with a strained rectus femoris. So we've got to see how bad that is, whether we're looking at a longer layout or whether he's fit enough to train tonight, which he thinks he is. So fingers crossed from our perspective, he'll be fit and well for Saturday. As I said, I was encouraged by his debut. It's the first time he's played as a 9 for a while. I thought he got hold of the ball, got us up the pitch. I thought he built a good relationship with Danny Webb. Jake Anthony will be back from his holiday in the next few days, so we'll see how he is. James Lauder has had a positive meeting today with regards to some specialists around his ankle, so he can start stepping things up now, and he's a player again we've massively missed. James, he brings that tenacity. He's a player we really like here, and very much looking forward to getting him back. Jesse Amu's done a calf, so it's unlikely he'll be fit for Saturday, but going into Saturday at the moment, everything being equal, we should be close to full strength on Saturday, so we're pleased by that. And like I'll keep saying to the lads, if you're one of those lads who make the 16 every week, it's vital that you keep that shirt. So we've got a good training session tonight. Obviously the conditions are horrendous out there. It's absolutely bucketing down outside, so we've got to have a look at that, make sure we don't overexert players, but at the same time make sure that we keep that momentum going, we train properly and get ready for what's going to be a real tough game on Saturday away at Colney Heath. Yeah, so as I alluded to earlier on, Conditions aren't fantastic. It's obviously been torrential rain all week, so I don't know what state that will leave the pitch in. I know their pitch's surface is always very good. Whenever I've seen it being at Colney Heath, it is on a slope, and that sometimes can help with the drainage of the water, but obviously with the torrential rain at the moment, who knows whether that will go ahead. I'm very much of the mindset we prepare as if the game's going to go ahead on Saturday, and it's a real tough task. We've got to back up what we did against Crawley Green. Obviously Colney Heath are in and around us in terms of points. We've got some games in hand now on teams in and around us. But like I keep saying, we've got to get back to some sort of momentum and some sort of a run, and it's been very stop-start over the last couple of months, which hasn't helped us in terms of building confidence, building momentum. And Saturday's going to be a real tough game. Matt Day's assembled a strong squad there. They've turned over some players. And I think at that time of the season now where managers naturally will turn players over. There's a lot of movement in the leagues in terms of players going, players coming in. We're getting phone calls, like every other club will be getting phone calls from players that are perhaps looking to move on and join a different club for the second part of the season. So tough place to go. Like I said, they've done a really good job this year. They've pulled out some good results. It's not as if they've been taking pastings every week. It's going to be a tight game. It was a very tight game earlier in the season. We were here and we scored sort of late to win it 1-0, and I'm expecting it to be a real tight game on Saturday. But like we keep the message will be to the players tonight is don't come away from what went well on Saturday. Incremental improvements in every facet of our play, both with the ball, without the ball, transitions, set pieces. We still need to be more of a threat from attacking set pieces. Physically, we're a big side now, which is good, but we need to start punching our size a little bit better in terms of attacking set plays in the box. So, like I said, I was very humbled last week to have so many supporters here cheering us on, especially with the poor run of form that we've had. Was testament to everybody for their ongoing support that we've had over the last 2.5 years, and I have no doubt we'll be backed by terrific numbers again on Saturday, just like we were last season, just like we have been throughout the season. And I'm sure come whatever weather is, it'll be good to see so many faces there getting behind the lads, because like I said, it's a cliche a lot of managers use, but it does make a huge difference to our players. There's nothing worse than playing in front of an atmosphere where there's 20 people and there's nothing going on. So we have to go there, we have to create an atmosphere on Saturday. They normally get good support as well. So most important thing Saturday, if the performance isn't great and we win 1-0 and get 3 points, I don't care. If we've got to go there and be absolutely expansive and we play this wonderful free-flowing football and win and get 3 points, I don't care. As long as we win, that's the most important thing. So see you all Saturday. Obviously, if the weather's kind to us, please drive carefully over to the game, and look forward very much to hopefully be able to bring another 3 points on Saturday.